This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show at the 7th annual Johnny Ramone Tribute. And I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Jerry Only of the Misfits.
It's good to be back, Eric. You know, everybody talks about the interviews you do, so I just want you to know you blow everybody away.
Jerry, tell me what is special about this 7th annual Johnny Ramone Tribute for you.
Well, for me, it's the first time I've ever been here during the festival, and it's amazing. I mean, everybody really comes out and pays tribute, and, you know, I'm sure that would mean so much to him, you know. And it's in a cemetery in the middle of the night. We're watching Plan 9 from outer space, so it doesn't get any cooler than this.
And Plan 9 from outer space was very influential for you as a Misfit.
Yeah, it was. I remember when I was a kid, the Chiller Theater trailer that would come on every time had Vampire and Tor Johnson walking at you. So, you know, Plan 9 from Outer Space for us is kind of like an alma mater. And, you know, it's how we got the name for our label. So.
And now, Jerry, tonight, the Misfits premiered the Devil's Reign album, the new Misfits record that will be out
October 4th.
What kind of reactions have you gotten from the fans? Because you were signing autographs earlier.
Well, I tell you what, we sent it to college radio and we sent it to magazines. I did Metal Hammer, I did Rolling Stone, I did a bunch of other things. Everybody listened to it, really thought it was in the same tradition as the old Misfits, but with a more modern kind of sound, which is really what I was shooting for. And I was shooting to make some kind of really hard horror anthems, and that's what I think I came up with. We got a lot of stuff on there, and Des wrote 2 amazing thrash songs, which really keeps it. We actually use double bass on this, so you know it's funny because like we kind of spawned things like Pantera, and now we're taking some of their tricks and using them in our own stuff. So we're using the double bass a little bit, and you know we got a hardcore drummer. If you want to really get your car down the road, put a hardcore drummer in there.
Yeah.
And it's working really well. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the guys I'm working with, or the music, or the fans, and you know, hey, we're stepping up.
You know that Lisa Marie Presley was here tonight.
Yeah, I got to see her.
What? I mean, you are a huge Elvis fan.
I am a huge Elvis fan, and I was really stoked to meet her. But my buddy John, who our manager, went to her baby shower, and he gave me the bag that he was giving out. Gave everybody like bags for the babies, and I used it for my little girl. My little girl Eva has a leather jacket that has a Graceland pin I got for her. So I told Lisa, I said, you know, my little girl's got a leather jacket like your dad with a pin from Graceland on it. So I just want you to know we represent. So
sweet. Now let's give some props to Johnny Ramone. Tell me about an encounter that you had with Johnny over the years.
Johnny and I really never got to hang out together. The Ramones had broken up. I mean, I worked with Joey a lot, and Dee Dee when we were here in L.A., and you know, Mark was in the band for a while. But you know, Johnny he was more West Coast. I mean, when he wasn't playing with the band, he was out here with his wife, and he came down when we played the Palace a while ago. It's going back, you know, a few years. And let me tell you, you know, Johnny was all focus. I mean, that's the one thing that you could really, when you look at the structure of the Ramones, you know, Joey had the, you know, romantic feel. He'd write the, like, I love you kind of stuff. And Johnny was kind of like all straight up, you know, had the best wrist for playing. I mean, you know, that's where, you know, he inspired just about everybody that's out there today. And, you know, he took care of the business for those guys. And that's kind of like in our band, we got the people like that. Everybody has a certain thing that they do. And if you got a bunch of specialists that are really good at what they do, it's hard not to succeed. And with Johnny running the business end, and you know, Joey, you know, helping him write the songs and put stuff together, I mean, you know, obviously the rest is history. So like I say, the Ramones in 50 years will be the biggest oldies act ever. Because in all the 50 stuff I listen to, okay, from the 50s, they have 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. You got Dion, Elvis, who had 1 million of them. He fills a whole room with platinum records. But the Ramones got so many records and so many great songs that when their era falls into that, you know, classical era, they're going to dominate. I mean, they're going to be the biggest band in back history. That's my opinion.
And your opinion is right, Jerry, because we can see we have the youth out here, and they are hailing the Ramones.
Yeah, well, I mean, the music doesn't get old.
the Misfits.
Yeah, well, we're here. I mean, we came in a step after them. They started in '74. We rolled in the beginning of '77, and we just, we dropped tune. We were a little bit darker sounding, and then we developed this image, and we became more, it was totally sci-fi and horror oriented, and but the music and a lot of the format of things that I've incorporated into the band were taken from the Ramones. Not stopping between songs, memorizing my set. Going from song to song, having a uniform look for the band where everybody looks like they're part of a team. And, all this stuff I got from the Ramones.
Jerry Only, thank you for being on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show.
Eric, you've got a great show and everybody loves it.
Thank you, and much success on the release of The Devil's Reign.
Thank you. Most important thing is love what you do.
Blairing Out with Eric Blair with Jerry Only, signing off.
The Blairing Out Show.